VigilanteWilliamson here on the 5th episode of VW Casual. This is kind of a laid back podcast I've been doing the past week or so. It's pure pop up cast because I figured I want the Vigilante Williamson show to be a more formal show. I want it to be more, story focused and covering either entertainment or news I find interesting and my take on it. But sometimes I just like streaming, man. I love doing this. This is very fun. And the past couple nights, yesterday and today, I've been a bit later. And I'm cool with that, And yesterday actually was more, I was like, oh, it's going to be late. Not too many people are going to show up. It's my most popular solo stream I've ever done. Part of that was because YouTube shit the bed and we kept going. We hopped on Twitch. We kept it there until YouTube got more stable and stabilized. And then more people showed up as we went along, and it got pretty hectic. Because I guess I was one of the only streams going. That is not the case tonight. I am competing with Wes Moody. I'm competing with like everyone. Luckily, Kwame Brown, who's in the title, just stopped his stream. Latino Slant's going. So not expecting the same sort of turnout as yesterday, but I appreciate anyone who's watching this live or on the playback. It's okay to not have a big turnout because it kind of gives me, I don't know, it takes the pressure off. I don't know how long this one will go. I don't plan for this to go 3 hours. It may not even go a whole hour, right? Usually I enter these pretty blind, but I do have a couple things I wanted to touch on. Like I mentioned, Kwame Brown 2024. I want him to run for president. That's it. If you haven't been keeping up with the sports world or the NBA world in particular, or you don't know who Kwame Brown is, Kwame Brown was the number one draft pick. I want to say a 2001 draft. He was the first player ever drafted out of high school, number one. And he was drafted to the Washington Wizards, who had the returning Michael Jordan. And he's always been thought of as a bust because it was the number one draft pick, right? And say what you will, he did have a 13-year career, and he still played. He still was a serviceable player for over a decade. In any event, he's been kind of the butt of jokes the entire time, and I'm not gonna act like I know the whole details of how it really started, but Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, and at one point Gilbert Arenas, but looks like he's caught plea. They got on the wrong side of Kwame Brown. He has been exposing them, and he's not just been exposing them. What he's also been exposing is, so a lot of people, we talk about the woke thing from a point of view, right? How a lot of people are woke, #woke. And he's really coming at how fraudulent it is at a basic level. Now, I invite anyone here, or I say in the future, because it doesn't look like we have anyone joining us right now. If the numbers, hopefully we're still live. Hopefully we're still live. It looks like I'm live on D-Live. Shout out to D-Live. Shout out to Ozone USA who subbed yesterday. Shout out to everyone on D-Live, anyone on Twitch, anyone on any platform. But yeah, he's exposed a lot of the sports media coverage, particularly of black men, and how it is pretty biased at times, especially for black men who are not necessarily a part of the team, so to speak. But he's really picked on how that's almost their job, is to berate black men. He's pointed out how there's been stories even of white players that have been covered up, and because he points out the one story of a football player who beat the shit out of his girlfriend, and she was a black girl, and it really didn't go anywhere. And another reason I kind of thought it was interesting is it's very not weird. It's the plan. it's crazy how people can have totally different perspectives, right? And that's by design. It's by design for a good segment of the country to believe and have evidence of their beliefs that, and he didn't really go hard in the white privilege thing. I'm just taking that as an example that, okay, as a white man, you have advantages, or not necessarily advantages, but you get a different shake. He in his head, he said, what did he say? Oh, he was talking. Oh, he kept talking about basically how, like I said, they berate black men. The sports media does. Stephen A. Smith, Screaming A. Smith. And they always play. What he was really talking about as far as Steven Jackson, so they always keep pushing the ignorant stereotype. They keep pushing these stereotypes. Like Steven Jackson said something about him getting security, and he was like, "Well, of course I have security. Why would I have security? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, maybe you should have security. You have a kid mindset." But it was interesting. It's interesting stuff. And he talks about basically not just just how media biased they are in general. He's really calling out how they do things according to narrative. That's the interesting take. That's the interesting take for me. And it's interesting stuff. I'm not sure if anybody's checking it out. Looks like I lost somebody. I lost subs too, so if I'm not pissing anyone off. If I am, let me know. Let me know. I just think it's interesting. I think Kwame Brown is funny, and he's exposing a lot of hypocrisy. And the reason it's interesting is because a lot of these guys have really went through the woke rabbit hole. They really did the pro-black thing really hard. And you see that they don't really care about black people. They don't really care about anyone but themselves. You see the narcissism. And that's the irony behind this. That's why it's relevant that they go so hard against black men in the media. These media members, who will on one, will go on Instagram and perpetuate black stereotypes because they want some sort of like quote unquote acceptance from the hood or some shit. At the same time, spend their entire time berating athletes in non-analytical ways. He even had when he was exposing Stephen A. Smith, he basically exposed the fact that Stephen A. Smith came up with his opinion on Kwame Brown without actually having seen him play, because he went off other people's analysis. And then point out that, hey, he didn't point out this, but if you know the context of Stephen A. Smith, he does the, pro-black hashtag BLM fist in the air shit. But it was a white man who gave the analysis that Stephen A. Smith used to call Kwame Brown a bona fide scrub when he was 17 years old. And he talked about how there was a story of how Kwame Brown was supposed to be traded. Hell, Newbound Turk. This is Kwame Brown. I'm just talking about the Kwame Brown 2024. I'm not sure if you're a sports guy or if you remember Kwame Brown, but he's been embarrassing a lot of members of the woke sports media for their hypocrisy. And I just find it very entertaining. Very entertaining and very enlightening at the same time. There's still a lot to unpack from it. So I'm just unpacking it. Then I'll get into the Batman thing. Probably get out of here. I don't want to go 3 hours. But I appreciate you being here. I think you're one. I know Mike Beats Dicks is in and out. Of course, he beats Dicks. So I'm not sure if anyone else will show up. I know a lot of people are streaming at the same time. I know Wes is streaming. I know Paulie is streaming. But yeah, it's back to Kwame Brown. He's Stephen A. Smith. There was a story, apparently, like sports, not so much the NBA. To be fair, more people were watching Kwame Brown's live than the game. More people were watching Kwame Brown bash the sports media than the game itself. But yeah, like sports, not so much the NBA. The NBA used to be great. The NBA used to be great. It used to be a very interesting thing to watch. You know what it is? It used to be masculine. That's one thing. That's missing from the rule set. I think he even mentioned that in another video. How, when they got rid of hand check and how soft the game got. And honestly, that's another thing. Before the NBA went woke, it was losing ratings due to its softness. But back to Kwame Brown. At the time of him being drafted, and I vaguely remember this. I didn't know the trade. Oh no, New Mom Turk. I thought I didn't get sleep. You've been up for 30 hours straight. So you've been up since the last stream. You need to get to sleep. You know what? If I'll try to be your AMSR. My goal is to that's not really supposed to be your goal, right? To put somebody to sleep. But I might have New Mom Turk needs some sleep. So I'll try to talk as slow and calm as possible. But Kwame Brown, when he was drafted, the plan, apparently, according to him, was for him to be traded to Chicago for Elton Brand, who was great at the time, like a 2010 type guy, or close to it. And I don't remember necessarily specifically who he was supposed to be traded for, but a lot of people knew, or at least thought the rumor that when Jordan came back, he was going to trade the number 1 pick for a veteran. That was supposedly the plan, but the plan fell through, and so they ended up just stuck with him, basically not really wanting him there. Okay, so he says more than 30 hours, yeah. Even before that, so even before the stream, so he's eating now, don't put me to sleep. Yeah, okay, so I'll try to talk a little bit more energy since you're still eating. But yeah, so basically Jordan never really wanted him there. He actually was pretty, he was pretty positive on Jordan. A lot of people have talked about Jordan yelling. If you ever see the tapes of Jordan yelling at Kwame Brown, it's pretty hard to watch because he's a 17-year-old kid. He's just pretty hard to watch. Pretty brutal. But he was pretty respectful. He said Jordan just came from the old school. That's how he was. And he was the boss. Because he did have a part ownership in the team. He was pretty respectful. He doesn't really talk much about him. When he does, he's pretty respectful. But I get it's the hypocrisy in the media of them using their platform to constantly scream BLM, Wakanda, throw the fist in the air, do all these stereotypes, smoke Black and Miles on Instagram and shit, talk about how they were in gangs and shit, but never do anything positive. Not open up a school, not trade, not after school program, nothing. Not only that, again, they use this shit as a part of their narrative, as a part of their means for their platform. And on top of it, I think we've all kind of realized how connected these guys are, because now it's like a national thing and all these different media people are coming at him. Another interesting thing, Jamel Hill, if you follow her, she tweeted like violence or something like that. Kwame Brown's going for violence. And then he was so slick on how he went back. And this is actually how I found out about the story. Shout out to Black and White Sports. I was talking about ASMR. John Matrix is like political and sports ASMR because he has a calm, smooth voice. He always has good takes. Shout out to Rose Ramsey and John Matrix. Shout out to both of them. I love them. But that's how I found the story. Basically, she said something about violence, and he broke down and said, okay, violence is a physical act. All I've done is talk to people. So why are you trying to associate me with violence? And he just broke down like basically he's being attacked for just coming at these people. He went after a few people in their hypocrisy, and now you have bigger media as far as them, the Breakfast Club, other people are starting to chime in. I mean, Kwame Brown's a lot of reason that stopped. I don't agree with having kids go straight to the pros, and I don't know to make proper decisions about life, let alone large amounts of money. See, baseball kind of has it right because they have a minor league. So in baseball, you can get drafted out of high school, or if you don't, I think you have to stay 3 years in college. But they have a minor league either way. So they have that cushion to, like you said, they're just not, I mean, at 18, 17, 18, even, they wait a year, they're 19, 20, and you're a millionaire. That's just rough. Well, especially in this world, Instagram, because when I say it's rough, you're a target for so many people. And I mean, statistically speaking, odds are you're not going to have that money in 10 years. Kwame Brown actually does. That's another thing. Let's talk about a lot of them and lost homes and shit, and he's still, he was able to keep his money. This guy came out of high school, was able to. He still has his money. Years after he retired like 2011, 2013, something like that. 8-9 years later. But he also was talking about how he's not afraid to work. I guess he has some businesses going, so that's the difference. He's like, what's wrong with being a working dude? You know what I mean? He's bringing up a lot of the hypocrisy of not just them, not just the media, but just elements of Black culture in general. You know what I mean? Like I said, they were talking about, oh, he's supposed to have security. He was like, oh, somebody's making fun of my security. Like, of course I have security. Like, why? I'm an NBA player in Los Angeles. Why wouldn't I have security? You're a kid for thinking like that. He's like, why is it there's a Black guy has to be like this super thug Superman and not be a regular person? It's because of people like you, and you're supposed to be for Black people. And that's the core of what he's saying, and he's crushing these people. And it's just good to see media hypocrisy smash. It's good to see the lady going after the CRT. And another thing, you know what? Even though he didn't call it by name, critical race theory, he's talking about, hey, why you can't keep telling Black people that they can't do nothing because of some white man? Why you keep trying to? Why is this the stuff you perpetuate? You're just trying to destroy. You're trying to destroy your own people. I mean, he's using evidence, man. So it's just an interesting thing to see. I'm happy to see it. I'm tired of a lot of the divisiveness. I'm tired of a lot of woke assholes talking their shit, and it's good to see things in proper perspective. Yes, you're right. Security aren't trained to be babysitters, and that's another thing. You argue that, but it's better to have security than not. And I can make the argument that security in LA with Hollywood celebrities, and I mean they kind of are. They kind of are trained to be babysitters. You know what I mean? If you were Paris Hilton's security in the 2000s, or any rock star or any celebrity, sometimes you might have to be a babysitter. That may be exactly in the job description, whether you know it or not. And hell go Macau. I went down at first. That's what she said. I went to this comment first because I just noticed that avatar change. It was Bruce the Bar of Beefcake. Now we got Jason Voorhees in the building. And just saying, hey, the newbound turret. Small turnout. I know a lot of people are streaming. That's pretty much all I got to say about Kwame Brown. I just thought it was an interesting thing. I want him to run for president, as I joke in the thing. It's as good a shot as any. Who cares? So the whole political system's fake. So we got to watch the work. Speaking of fake, let's talk about something fictional. So Batman Animated Series is my favorite piece of content that exists. At least, that's personally my favorite. I don't know if it's the best. To me, it kind of is. Also the best. But it's my favorite piece of content. And Bruce Timm is the creator of that. He's one of the creators. Him, Paul Dini, a few others. But apparently he is teaming up with J.J. Abrams, Jar Jar Binks, who only the Most High knows how long he'll be working with Warner Brothers with the new merger. Maybe he'll stick on. Maybe he'll stick around. Who knows? And it's supposed to be me refereeing. Oh, it's supposed to be referee Jason refereeing me, and Jason is dumb. Hey, no worries. Oh, I see. He had a referee shirt. Yeah, Kwame is awesome. Yeah, Kwame Brown. So if you're a sports fan, and I didn't see this comment. I don't know why I didn't. Stephen A. Smith is a 2. A lot of ESPN is a mess. I'd be surprised it lasts another 5 years. Me too. Man, and this thing is really hurting them. See, things like this, that when there are certain brands that have gone so far in the wokeness and are so here in the wokeness, and things like this damage them with that woke core. Because those same people are going, you know what? He's right. And now the woke ground they use to stand on gets destroyed. That's why this is fundamentally great. Because you can't, if your whole thing is, we're trying to lift up black people, and once that gets exposed that you're actually doing the opposite, and here's the actual evidence of you doing the opposite. The people who fell for it, Some of them a good portion of them are going to get waking up from wokeness. And yeah, Stephen A. Smith is screaming A. Smith. He even exposed that he wasn't even a real analyst. That was really like, man, you went after a 17-year-old kid based upon someone else's analysis. It wasn't even your own work or you drawing stuff up. And he talks about how they don't use statistics. He said they can't even tell you why I'm such a bust to these people. They keep saying I'm a bust, and then he has t-shirts talking about bust life. He also brings up another point. He says no NBA player is a bust. They made it to the NBA. You know how much hard work it takes to make it to the NBA or any sports league. How can you be a bust if you even made it? But he's like, they can't tell you why I was in the league 13 years because they don't understand statistics and know how to break down statistics. They're not analysts. He's right. So yeah, it's a lot of content. I've been binging it all day as this story broke. But let's get into other stuff. Let's get back into kind of more what this channel usually is in as far as entertainment stuff. Like I was saying, no, let me make sure I got nothing incriminating up on the other screen. I still got my. I got us had an account up. Sorry, I'm just messing with my windows before I share screen. Yeah, black and white sports. Yeah, Gomer Cow. Yes, yeah. That's how I found it. That's how I found this story, and then I just been. I was on his YouTube channel. He had a live right before this. So yeah, it's a fascinating story, and man, the media's grip on the world is one of the most dangerous things to me, and it's good to see that get loosened a little bit. Anytime you can see that get loosened, it's a good thing to see. This is random. I keep seeing people with these lights. I have no lighting, right? I just use a lamp. I don't have that little light that I'm seeing here. The StreamYard's advertising. I don't know. I mean, I probably should get more lighting and shit like that, but I don't know. Neither here nor there. This is the thing I want to talk about. And you know what else? I actually like this design. I love the classic OG Batman ears. A lot of people didn't like that. I did. In fact, when I was younger, I wanted to get the OG Batman tattooed on my shoulder. That I wanted to get that. And I think his channel is like Kwame Brown Bust Life because like he's embracing the bust thing. He has shirts. He has his whole. I mean, he has a whole thing. He has a whole platform overnight, and I would love to see his takes on other stuff. What is it? Oh yeah, Batman K Crusader. Like I said, when I was younger, I wanted that classic original Bill Finger Bob Kane design on my shoulder, and this kind of harkens back to it, but it still has a little bit of the Bruce Timmness. And Bruce Timm created Batman animated series, and I don't want to see the show. Even though Batman animated series is my favorite piece of media, I remember hearing there may be a reboot, and I'm guessing it's this. I don't think this will be a reboot per se, but I heard they were going to do something with the Batman animated series property. It doesn't look like it's going to be directly related to that property, even though it's going to have Bruce Timm involved. Warner Media says it's going to be a reimagining of the Batman mythology. Man, I'm hoping this is good. I'm hoping J.J. Abrams' name is just there. Because one of the blessings of somebody like J.J. Abrams is they're so incompetent. Sometimes they aren't actually a part of things they're labeled on. So hopefully he doesn't actually do anything. And he's just executive producing in name only, and he doesn't show up. He's just, yep, my name's on there because I'm J.J. Abrams, and you guys do what you want. And the actual creative mind is Bruce Timm. I don't know why Matt Reeves is all of a sudden just like he's directing Sparkly Boy. All of a sudden he has his fingers in everything Batman without ever having produced anything in the property. Maybe it's good. I don't know. And held the weight down. I appreciate you showing up, man. You're like the king. You're the king. And I've been so busy, tired, and whatever. I haven't actually even checked out the video. I have a backlog of shit I need to do to watch. I need to just sit around and watch shit. Gomer Kyle, I love Batman, but just like Marvel and Star Wars, I'm done with DC as well. I have memories and good content from '88 till now. Yep, another reimagining how stunning and braving them. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, and I don't want to see this. I don't want to see any content in Finite San Antonio or Finite. They calls me a slacker. I am a slacker. That Riddler mask looks like he has a garbage bag BDSM mask. Is that I saw that Riddler mask? Is that a part of this? Or are you just talking about the Matt Reeves mask, which looks crazy as fuck? Maybe I should pull that up too. I'll put that out. I'm not going to cover these stories. It's not the Vigilante Williamson show. Just kind of skim through it. And shout out to John F. Trent. Shout out to Bounding. Always got to shout them out. Some of this press release looks good. State of the art animation techniques and technologies available. I would love to see a Bruce Timm like high what's the word? prestige style animation format, trying to recapture what made the animation of Batman animated series great, and doing something like that, but not with a reimagining. Like this sounds nice, like I said, Batman animated series is a masterpiece, shaped the perception of a character for a generation of fans. It absolutely did. But it's just like bringing in 3 master storytellers, JJ, Matt, and Bruce. What the fuck fuck JJ Abrams? What has either JJ Abrams or Matt Reeves done to get the title master storytellers? Does Matt Reeves have some really good movie that I don't know about? Reeves? Yeah, the Reeves mask, yeah. Yeah, it looks crazy. I'll show that in a second. But does Matt Reeves have some great movie that I don't know of? Some great does he have a catalog of great stuff that I need to know of for him to be this master storyteller? Go check out Ripper's video on the Reeves movie when he get off. He roasted them. Yeah, I have not seen that, and I will. No matter how something looks, the story's crap. There's nothing you can do with it. Absolutely. And when it looks bad and the story's bad, it's double whammy. But like I said, this design looks interesting. Bruce Timm's name being involved is interesting. But J.J. Abrams isn't. And again, I would love to know what Matt Reeves has done to just be the king of Batman. We're beyond excited to be working together and bringing this character back, telling grossing new stories in Gotham City. Series will be thrilling, cinematic, and evocative of Batman's noir roots while diving into the deep psychology of these iconic characters. We cannot wait to show this new world. It will be produced by Warner Brothers Animation, Bad Robot Productions. Oh, God. And Sixth in Idaho. No other details, including voice cast, directors, or anything else was released. Boy, and I'm going to pull up that damn mask. Yeah, Reimagine kills the taste for me. Yeah, I just don't want to look. I don't want to see that. Yeah, still a turd. Yeah, on Simple Can't Shine turd. Yeah, let me get that Matt Reeves mask up. I saw it, and I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a joke. I'm like, what the hell? That's not Fiddler mask. Jesus. I say Riddler mask. It don't show me. Like, what is this? What is this? Doesn't this scream we're edgy, bro? What is this? Can you animate lens flare? We're gonna find out, aren't we? We're gonna find out. He has a total of 13 director's credits, only 3 of anything I was aware of. Oh, you're looking up Matt Reeves. Yeah. Hell Pop Culture Republic. JJ, is there to see how many franchises you can ruin? Star Trek, Star Wars, and now anything DC. JJ Abrams, I mean, he's almost in the Anita Sarkeesian hall of I'm damn near impressed. Where it's like, hey, you gotta respect your enemy. For a motherfucker to get scalps like this, is impressive. He's an assassin. He is the Deathstroke of IP. If you need to get an IP destroyed and potentially even jerk a lot of money out of it, he jerked a lot of money out of Star Trek and Star Wars. They have big budget movies. They have big budget return movies. J.J. Abrams. So he's able to even he can destroy a franchise and get you money for that one pop. He can get you that one pop. Man, you got to give him credit for being. He is what he is. He's a fucking assassin. Sniper bullet right between the eyes. Nobody sees. He's a expert hitman player when it comes to IP. How spectacular an assassin he is. Yeah, reimagine equals woke BS. As he said, yeah, find out. So can you animate lens flare? Uh-oh. Matt Reeves brought us such grace as Under Siege 2. Under Siege on a Train. 84 episodes of Felicity. And the 2 worst Planet of the Apes films and the intellectual powerhouse Clover film. I like the first Cloverfield. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can in multiple programs as well. Okay, so lens flare can be animated. It shall be animated. We know that. Under Siege 2. No, it's just not just Under Siege 2, Under Siege on the Train. It's 84 episodes of Felicity and the 2 worst Planet of the Apes films. I saw a comment saying, wow, cool SF. It's supposed to be a Zodiac killer type of character. What the fuck? Riddler's not a serial killer. This is the same thing we got from Jared Leto's Joker. Batman's supposed to be edgy, man. Edgy, man. He's edgy and cool and dark, man. Dark and it's cool because it's Batman stuff. So you can make it cool and edgy, make it your own. Heath Ledger ruined these people. They'll never be able to touch what he did. And so now everybody's going to try to be original, dark, and edgy, and they can never touch it. Honestly, I'm going to keep it real with you, Chief. Jim Carrey had a more authentic Riddler than what we're looking at here. That's just being straight up. At least Jim Carrey played a good Silver Age Riddler. Say what you will about how campy it was. That's at least authentic to Silver Age Riddler. That Riddler he gave you in Batman Forever is authentic to Silver Age Riddler. What in the fuck is this? This has jack shit to do with the Riddler. In the same way that we don't want fucking race swaps, don't have character swaps. Can you make Riddler a serial killer in some degree? I guess. But that's not what the Riddler is. What the Riddler wants to do is he wants to prove he's smarter than Batman. That's what he should be about. But no, we got to be edgy, bro. He has a mask, man. Cool, edgy mask, man. Cool. Hell, it's your boy 24/7 Future Media. So yeah, Matt Reeves Riddler looking like Doomsday for his appearance with the mask and goggles. He looks a mess. Oh shit, your friend's video. Gotta check it out. Yeah, that's what happens when you stray away from the source material. They like to reveal. The more they reveal about this new Batman movie, the less likely I am to see it. Yeah, me too. And you guys saying hi. It's always dope. Gomakal said, I know VigilanteWilliamson. I like his Riddler in Batman Forever. Batman Forever is okay. Batman Forever, it's fine. You know what? I actually like both the Schumacher and the Burton films. And I know the Schumacher films are not like great, but Batman Forever is entertaining. It's an entertaining watch. And even Batman and Robin is an entertaining watch. Even if it's not the best movie, it's a very entertaining watch. Hell, Pop Culture Republic, and it was Planet Evidence. As far as, the Riddler does do the Planet Evidence gimmick. But yeah. The thing with the Joker movies, it only works as a one-shot. You couldn't hang a franchise on the success. It was written as a one-off movie. And I have issues with the Joker. A lot of people love it. I love the performance. If that movie was not called The Joker, I would love it. I would say, oh, that was a great movie. But they called it The Joker. And that's where, not only did they call it The Joker, you want to talk about some Orange Man bad, they did Thomas Wayne dirty in that movie. To even imply a lot of shit, they did Thomas Wayne dirty in that movie. I did not like it. So the guy playing Riddler is Paul Dano. He's a weird dude already, so his face needs no full mask. What happened to the motherfucking classic Riddler mask? Why not reimagine the Riddler's look? So when they did Heath Ledger, as alternate, it was punk rock, it was this, that, and the third, but it was still based on some level of the Joker, right? His hair was green, he had white makeup, he had purple clothes. It was based on the Joker. I'm gonna try to pull up Riddler. So okay, if you just look up Riddler, put him in a Google machine, you get different depictions. You got the this is the cool 60s Riddler. Here's a more modern look, so as you can maybe do something like this. What's wrong with something like this for the look? Maybe have a mask that covers more of his face. Maybe a darker green. No, you give us this. The fuck is this? What is this? Why not? What is wrong with something more along these lines? Which is, this is something you can turn if you want to grunge it up, man. Make it edgy, man. Instead of this shit. Just bake something like this. Something simple. Maybe use darker greens or whatever. And rock with this. And you can do totally different things. These could be different clothes. This could be, I don't know. But no, you dress this motherfucker like, I don't know what the fuck. Like somebody said, some BDSM shit. Stay off the fucking hub and get back into these goddamn comics. Schumacher's Batman films have a lot of problems, but I watch them over anything that's Lucasfilm or Marvel is currently producing. At least they're watchable. I agree. I would much rather watch this shit. They got Joe. I don't think they have. There we go. I'd much rather watch this. And hey, everybody had on shit. Everybody on Earth had these McDonald's glasses. They had the Two-Face, the Riddler, Batman and Robin McDonald glasses. Everybody on Earth had those bitches. Everybody on Earth had those glasses. I might still have family members with some of those glasses they had from McDonald's. They were like mug type glasses. Yeah, I had all those everybody had those motherfuckers. Everybody did. Those things were everywhere. That movie was popular. Like, that was a very popular movie. Yeah, before Nicole Kidman aged out. Gotham TV show did a fairly good job. Really, I only got in like one season with Gotham, which was okay. It was okay, but it got kind of done with me. But you know what? I would take the Riddler they had, Ed. I would take Ed over this motherfucker. Robot Vigilante Williamson. I just saw the thing pop up. Besides, the Joker is the crazy killer with the serial killer mind, not the Riddler. He's not a killer of anything. In fact, if I remember correctly, I don't know if 24/7 Fusion Media is still in the chat. He's a comic book guy. Riddler's had issues with killing people. Not that he hasn't, but it's not something he really likes to do, if I remember correctly. It was never Earth 1 Joker anyway, so Thomas Wayne isn't traditional either. I have a dig bit, but I believe there was an Elseworlds TW. I'm not sure what TW is. Sorry, I'm slow. That had his hands. Oh, Thomas Wayne, that his hands in some shit. They've done that. Even in Long Halloween first implied that he had an issue with the mob or had something with the mob, but he just saved, I think, Falcon Carmani's son. Sorry to spoil that shit. But spoiler alert for the Long Halloween, which I guess I should because they are doing a movie on it. They already did. You know what it is? In the same way, once they do something in comics, once they create Riri Williams, all of a sudden we get a Riri Williams show, right? So once they start, now we've seen Thomas Wayne on film with one of the most popular Batman movies of all time. Because if you consider the Joker, and part of the Batman universe, it's one of the top grossing Batman movies of all time. And now, everyone who saw that will remember Thomas Wayne in a negative light, which gives them permission to constantly show that. So don't be shocked if all of a sudden Thomas Wayne becomes an abusive father down the line, and that becomes canon. Because once you start showing, once they do, you give them an inch, they take a mile. They take them out, and they'll keep going with it, and they'll keep repeating it. You're not wrong by saying it's a one-shot vacuum and it's okay. Elseworlds, that's not wrong. But it's with the Thomas Wayne thing in particular, they giving themselves permission to do it again. And wait down, say all those mugs. Have to watch Gotham. I was kind of leery of it. That movie more serious. I bet you they would have kept with that cast for more. You talking about the Batman Forever? Yeah. Well, I mean, they kept what's his name, Robin, on. It was a good show overall. Only a few things I didn't like about it. It wasn't a good show overall. There were only a few good things about it. Pop Culture Republic says, referring to Gotham. Batman Forever was produced for $100 million and earned $330 million, only 80 less than the highest grossing Batman film, I'm guessing at the time. Aside for Dark Knight, which earned $1 billion. Didn't Dark Knight Rises earn $1 billion too? Yeah, it depends who. 24/7 Fusion asking. It depends who is writing the Riddler. Riddler isn't normally a killer, but he is at sometimes. But at times, if his riddles aren't answered, it will cost a lot. Yeah, I know that. But even that is, he has something. I think he's supposed to be OCD. Like he needs, like he doesn't want to. Like Riddler is never going to like his. Not saying he hasn't. I'm sure he has, right? But he's not the type to do something like Joker, like go up to somebody and blow their brains out. He much rather put you in the trap. So at least, okay, if you can figure this shit out and get yourself out, he's closer to the guy from Saw, which I guess this guy is kind of go. But he would rather put you in a trap. And if you can figure it out, okay, you outsmart him. At least that's why I'm getting off somewhere. Not that he won't, if he needs to. And if you just don't figure it out, your ass die. That's just your ass. Dark Knight and Batman 9 will always be my favorite. Begins is good. Rises hasn't aged well. I had a 180 because I thought Rises was shitty when I first saw it. I was mad as fuck when I first saw it. I was heated. And once in my head, somewhere along the line, I figured, this is a spoof. And then I love it. Because I think that's the closest thing we're going to get to a spoof from Christopher Nolan. And you guys say, yeah, you're right. It looks like it did. The Rises did get Bill. Yep, Hollywood has never been able to stick to canon. Any canon or source material that had to change things to fit their narrative. Why is that? Why couldn't the X-Men wear their suits? Why do they have to always change things? Why can't they stick strictly to the narrative? I was watching, and I can't tell you if it was Comics by Perch or Thinking Critical or a totally different channel. Maybe it was neither one of those channels. But they were talking about manga and anime, and how the anime, it could have been Ripper, how anime could have been all of them, sticks so closely to the manga source material that they're interchangeable. And they can't, there's some limits on that, but they always aim to sticking to the source material, or they try for the most part. I know there's exceptions. You either can tell me in the chat the exceptions. I'm not an anime manga guy, but that's been the tendency to stick to the source material, what came before. Why in the world is Hollywood always trying to change things? Why are they why do you want, and I'm not just talking about, okay, we know now cultural Marxism, wokeness, this, that, and third. I'm talking about, you can go back to 2013, backwards, before woke became a fad. said fad, FAD. Don't yeet me. But yeah, they never could just say, this is the story. Let's just tell the story. What is so hard about just telling the story? Or if you are going to change things, I know things got to be adapted. Try to stay in line with the spirit of what they're doing. This shit with this joke, this Joker Riddler, this shit right here, and I'm seeing Paul Dano. Yeah, you know what's funny? Let's show the screen. I'm looking at him, and he does look like a Riddler looking motherfucker. Why are you hiding his face? He kind of looks like he could be the Riddler. So now you're hiding his face, so you can't even fucking tell. If you went with a domino mask, and you can use a domino mask that cover. You see, I have a domino mask, right? And I cover my face. You know what I mean? I use a headband and shit. And you know what? I had to hit the people up who was talking about a mask. But you can use a domino mask and still cover a good portion of the face. And he says you're right. He at least gives you the really give you a chance to get his riddle trap. That's a good question. It's a safe bet we will never get classic era Fantastic Four. No, the Fabulous Four and the Latinx Men are coming. The whole point of riddles, he's looking for an intellectual equal. Yeah, they take known properties and change stuff because they're creatively bankrupt and have to use IPs to pump out their propaganda. Young Ripper. Yep, I agree with that 100%. Go Macau. For live action, they look at this materials from a normie's perspective. But here's the thing. They don't come... Listen, a normie is always going to have to meet them halfway anyway. Like when you came up with Batman in 89, which may have stayed close to the spirit in some ways of Batman, and I love that movie. But like a normie has to meet it halfway to even get to that. That's not something that, that's, even though it was the 80s, there's a lot more weird stuff. But it's not like that is in a normie's alley, but they still like it because it's good. So I get that is what they're thinking, but it's like you guys don't show evidence that you even have your finger on a pulse of what a normie wants. And if you like this property enough to adapt it, why not stay true to it? Or don't adapt the property. Yep, he was like Jigsaw, gave him a chance. 1 and 3 gave him a chance at least. A good measure of his potential. Look at the Riddler will be his character in Prisoners. Potential to look like Riddler will be his character in Prisoners. I guess you're talking about Paul Dano. I didn't see Prisoners, but he looks like he could be the Riddler. And so a domino mask that you can use to make a domino mask that covers a good portion of his face. Give him a hat and a jacket, some question marks. Like this costume looks so low budget, low rent. So like, and I kind of like these type of jackets. These like almost like work style jacket, but it's just like, what in the hell is this? You could have gave him like a dark green suit or maybe a dark green jacket. I don't know. Oh, so okay, I should watch Prisoners. It's a great movie. 20, 30 years ago was different. Now they only listen to the few on Twitter who are louder than others. You're not wrong about that. I think I saw somebody else's video, because I'm always watching other people's video, talking about how they use Twitter as a part of their analysis. I want to say it was Marvel. They legitimately use like bots and stuff and whatever analytics they can get from Twitter as a part of what informs their thoughts. So, and that boggles my mind to a point. But I mean, as I said in a previous podcast, Twitter's still growing. Twitter is still growing. And yeah, they're called bots, but they get listened to. They get listened to. Jackman is ruthless in that movie, and well, so okay, as well. I think is what you're talking about. But yeah, I really. Let me see. Everything's low budget. It says has a distinctly rough feel, as if Dano's characters could have sold sewed the whole thing together himself. Okay. This is not gonna be good, man. Why the fuck is Batman have the gun that killed his parents as his fucking bat symbol? Why? Like, what sense does that make? Well, it's just like, listen, man. This is almost another thing with normies. They can't get over, we'll never get over those damn pearls. Batman has all these fucking stories, all these great stories, and all we see is his parents die all the time, and it's all about his parents' death, parents' death, parents' death. Like most of the Batman stories I've read, Batman is one of the few characters I actually read quite a bit of his comics because I'm not a diehard comics guy, right? I don't have long boxes and stuff. I'm not, I'm a comic book normie at best. Normie at best. But like most Batman stories just have to do with Batman and the villain he's dealing with. Sometimes they deal with Bruce Wayne, but a lot of times he's not even Bruce Wayne in the fucking story. It's just Batman. It's just Batman. Yeah, like I just said with Marvel, that is exactly what they use to gauge the properties like Twitter. And how did he get it? Wouldn't be in the GCPD evidence room. And wait, now he just sent me a link on Twitter for the website for one of those analytics services. Okay. And you know what? As much as I talk shit, this is the thing. I use Twitter as a communication platform. So let's see. Let's see. Oh, geez. Sorry, I just saw some wildness on my Twitter. I gotta check out. Of course, it's fucking called Bluebird. Just so you guys know, Operation Bluebird was the FBI, CIA, whichever fucking agency came up with this. That was the nickname for Twitter before it was even a thing. Back in like the 90s when they had the idea. So, and I could be wrong. Maybe it could have been the early 2000s. It could have been the 70s. Who the fuck knows? But Operation Bluebird, I know, are the the code names. And the reason that's relevant is because this is Bluebird, a distinct retail services agency. Man. Here's the thing. I absolutely believe you would be foolish to be a brand in this era, a major brand in this era, and not use digital behavior as analytics based upon digital behavior. And hell, I've even gone for jobs that work that do this sort of thing, this exact sort of thing. I didn't get them. I actually can't talk much about them as I like. I think I saw the side of NDA. Fucking assholes. But in any event, you would be a fool not to use some sort of service if you're as big as these brands, big Best Buy, Kohl's, whatever, Disney, to not analyze the internet for data. But the key is, how do you parse that data, and where are you getting that data from, and how much weight do you give that data relative to sales? They don't do that properly. I for the life of me, I could not imagine using Twitter as my gauge. Like Twitter, I would use Facebook over Twitter. I would use Instagram over Twitter. I would even use TikTok. I would know TikTok aims younger and to take it with a grain of salt, but I would use TikTok over Twitter. I cannot imagine. Because Twitter to me always seemed like who uses a Twitter? Like I just never, like the only people I came across using Twitter when I first came across it were a lot of the people in the tech industry. And it just seems like the people who use Twitter tend to be very self-important. Not to say social media is narcissism as a thing. And I'm not saying everyone, I have a Twitter, right? I'm not that self-important. Mockingbird is CIA. That's another operation though. That's a whole different thing, is Mockingbird. Gomer Kyle, if I remember correctly. Oh, what was Mockingbird? Oh boy, there's been a lot of brain cells damage, so I can't always remember stuff. But I'm just saying, I was saying when that Booze reporter got Michael Myers mask in the reboot. Oh yeah. But as far as these analytics, why do people use Twitter? And then I'm not Gomer Kyle. The Wait Down brings up a good point. Oh, geez. I am getting tired and getting out of it. How much money do they make off of us by using our own data to target us with specialized ads that charge us for the service they're using to steal information or steal information? Yeah. Yeah, Mockingbird is CIA in reporting. Yeah, okay, that's what that is. Too much LED. I'm not sure about that. But I want to read this. Batman Stakeouts are getting favorable views on here, but if you look at the trailer and news, how many take? Hey, look at the trailer and news, but how many take our downvote in comments? Oh yeah, a lot of downvotes. A lot of definitely LSD. Never mind. No, I don't do LSD. I'm just tired. I'm super tired, but I'm still streaming. And I can barely read. But yeah, the information thing sucks. This is the thing with data. This is the thing with using social media. I mean, it's already culturally shaped us. All these fucking platforms. So I guess that's a whole nother rant. I guess my main point of bringing up this Bluebird thing, shout out to the Wake Down for sending me the link, is I don't understand why social media is the thing. And I'm just looking at this team. Every tech team looks like this. And it's every single one. I gotta show this. Anyone who's ever been in a tech world, this is every tech team. I'm surprised there aren't more, there's a lot of white males. Usually there's more white women in roles that don't matter. I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that. So this is, but just these dumbass pictures, meet us. These are the guys that make all the money. These are the people who feel important just because they work in tech. This is the token non-black person or non-white person. And they have a few other tokens tossed in to make themselves feel better. Here you go, the White Women Brigade. Was wondering where you guys were. So yeah, these are the goofs who give all this data, all of our data, to all the big companies so they can use it to culturally marxize and harasses us, basically, and harass us. No Twitter and TikTok. Me trying Minds and Locals, see what they're all about. I'm on Minds. I am on Minds. I think I'm very close to 100 subscribers on Minds. So check me out on Minds if you're interested. But I'm also on TikTok. I just got a TikTok, not to watch 14-year-olds twerk. I know I'm fat as fuck, but I'm not EDP. But I got it really to use TikTok closer to how I use YouTube and just put content, put short clips up there. My first video got 500 views. It was a meme and me talking shit, but it got 500 views. So I'm gonna keep using stuff. I'm gonna keep you TikTok. My second video didn't get that many. My first one did. But I'm gonna keep using that platform. I have to use some mainstream platform, but I'm still gonna use alt tech. I'm still using D Live now. I'm still, I want to, once I get the Odyssey up and running, I can figure that out. I'm gonna use Odyssey. Sorry, I'm parched. The only reason I use Twitter because it seems to be the only way to drive traffic to my channel. Something like 60% of my activity is from Twitter. Hey, a lot of you may have seen me tweet this stream. It is a valuable tool as far as communicating with people because a lot of people use it. Operation Paperclip is when we got Paperclip is when we got the scientists, and that Operation Paperclip has a lot to do with why the world is the way it is now. Because the ideas from a lot of those individuals permeated everything they did and still help divide us to this day. An account manager on the IT team, that's like an ice skater on a water polo Olympic team. Yeah. We use those scientists for a lot of things, absolutely. And hell, criticizable the craze or critical the craze. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Yeah. Yeah, those scientists had a net negative impact. Man, I could really psychoanalyze these people and destroy these people. If I knew specifically what they did, I would go at every one of these people personally. But I don't. And I'm not going to. I don't know these motherfuckers. I know their archetypes though. I've been in a room with a lot of these motherfuckers. Not these specific motherfuckers, but these type of motherfuckers. I've been in rooms with them. I've been to little meetups with them and different little things where they can sniff their own farts and pat themselves in the back. Different little events. These people are very, and these are the people who carry on woke narratives, man. This is where I saw a lot of wokeness before wokeness. Where I would go into a room, what do they call it? Conference. One of the little whack ass conferences. I go into a room, some gentrified ass room, so that people can feel cool and urban. And there's this big ass, big, cool little area, and there's some bitch spouting out woke nonsense, taking pictures with Bill Gates because it was a Microsoft thing. Or at least this part of the conference. And it's just talking about how proud she is to be a woman at Microsoft and shit, talking crazy as fuck. I'm like, what the fuck? And the girl next to me, oh my God, this is so powerful. This goofy bitch next to me with like eyes on her shoes and shit. This is so powerful. I'm like, what's so powerful? You're 24, you already make 70K. What are you talking about? You're a 24-year-old white girl, you already make 70K because you're a tech. You got the job because you're a white woman. What is powerful about this shit? I saw a meme that Russia had the 60-year-old plan. We had the 5. That's not untrue. Not untrue. The inner workings of the upper tier are insane to watch in real life. They live in a different reality than the rest of us. Yes, they do. They absolutely do. When I was in a different room at one of these meetups and hearing this marketer talking about how you manipulate people, and the way in which the sociopathic way in which she used the term manipulation and peer pressure, as if there was nothing wrong with it, with trying to literally psychologically manipulate people into buying things. It had become so normal in her mind and in the way she talked to other people that she didn't even catch herself or realize she had done anything that's crazy. Billionaires, even the one we like, such as Elon. I don't like this. I don't know if I want to punch Elon Musk in the nuts because I went and bought some of this discounted crypto. We'll see. Maybe I don't want to punch him in the nuts. Maybe in a few weeks I'm like, thank you, Elon, for discounted crypto so I can make even more money. I don't know. But yeah, they're in the process of defying themselves. They're in the process of exposing themselves. The issue with the use of social media isn't use of social media, it's the misuse of social media, lack of consequences for my action, lack of fear of doing or saying things stupid. The fact is, social media, we're not misusing social media. It's by design this way. There's algorithms, there's a lot of stuff by design to get us divided. This is not a mistake. A lot of people kind of just smartened up to this in 2020. A lot of it I got smartened up to in 2020. A lot of it I've known for some years. But this is not like social media didn't. It's not a thing that came out independently and just happened to be this way. It was something designed from the core to hijack people's brains in a specific way. And so while that's not entirely untrue, I mean, obviously can be used for good. I like to think we're trying to use it for good. There's something destructive about the core of what social media is. And what? 70K? I've never made 70K, and I'm a cis white male. Yeah. Well, I thought they think you're gods. They think you're gods on earth or demons. I don't know what they think. Who knows? They worship and hatred at the very same time. But yeah, like I was at these tech companies, they make a lot of money. Maybe it wasn't set. I know it was over 65. I don't know what she was making. I ain't gonna watch her pockets, but I know she was making a lot more than I am and I was. So it was no less than 65K. And she's looking at this other lady that lady that she was talking to, she was probably making 100K because she was working at Microsoft and had a high position. But I'm talking about this. There was a young girl next to me. She had the goofy little eyes on her shoes. She was like, this is so powerful, this, that, and the third. I was going to say, man, this person is so full of bullshit. They're just talking a bunch of bullshit. This is so powerful. I'm like, oh, yeah. But, yeah, it's these tech people are not, and another thing, a lot of them are not smart people. A lot of them, I can't say diversity hires because they sure as hell didn't hire my ass. But they hire a lot of bullshit people. It's more nepotism hires than anything, or friendship hires than anything. I do share all y'all channels myself through my text. Appreciate the shares, man. Oh yeah, sharing is caring. If you're out there, you can share the stream. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going. Not sure how much longer I'm going, but I will still keep going. And if they should let one, they should let all. Not sure what that's in reference to. Oh, misuse social media, maybe. This is control chaos, absolutely. Order out of chaos or some shit like that. Was it problem response solution, something like that? Hell, Brian Ludowski. It's been a while since I've seen you. I feel like I saw you a little bit ago. Just create a merch store. Okay, cool. Congrats, man. I don't know what type of merch you do. We can promote it. Yeah, with the purpose, create control chaos without a purpose. Like I said, order out of chaos, some shit like that. And like Gal Gadot, it's now the same people she was pandering to and singing to her, trying to eat her alive. That's what she do. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. That's exactly what happens. You know what? What do you get when you consistently pander to a bunch of assholes who just want to cause chaos for chaos sake and just hate anything that makes sense?
Get what you fucking deserve.
So yeah, I love Gal Gadot. She's pretty and shit. Kind of gets what she deserves. And Mike B's dick says, "I'm back, you lovely assholes." Stay away from the hub. That's the only way you place you see lovely assholes. Speaking of assholes, manipulation of the masses. Yeah, last year's buying toilet paper. That was crazy. Or try buying ammunition now. It's still crazy. Social media, and I don't think that's just supply or just demand. I think that's the supply being fucked with too. But social media keeps people from interacting with each other face to face. It's the addictive part of it that is destructive, but again, it leads to repercussions or the lack thereof. Yeah. Oh, so you're Nerdporio. Ah, okay. I thought that name was familiar. I'm like, what? That's familiar. And no problem. Criticize with the craze with the tick avatar. If you forgot to hit the like button, feel free to hit the like button. So yeah, Nerdporio and his secret identity. You know what I mean? So yeah, Brian and Nerdporio are the same. I see. Yeah, I probably would eat Gal too. I probably would too. I'd probably yeah, I forgot logged in on other account. No worries, man. No worries. Compromise. Oh no. Everyone, we have to forget. We have to go like Spider-Man 2 when Tobey Maguire had his mask off, and the camera phones existed at that point, right? The early camera phones existed. I can't believe no one took his picture, but that's okay. Yeah, we all have to just be the better people and forget Nerdporio's secret identity. Gotta forget him. Smash. Are we talking about Gal Gadot still? Or the like button? You smash the like button like you would smash Gal Gadot if she was in front of you. How about that? How about that? Smash the like button, smash the share button. Feel free to share. I know a lot of you do share, and it's really cool because people do watch. Sharing is indeed caring. Sharing is indeed caring. What? What? I'm sorry. I'm watching. Holy shit. Okay, something off stream. I don't. Oh man, I just saw a tweet message that kind of just threw me for a loop. I keep saying throw for a loop. These damn loops. Only loops I like is for is when I'm sampling beats, but there's a lot of loops I'm getting thrown for. A lot of loops, and yeah, it happens to the best of us. Robert Gardner, who I'm so tired. Is that weight down? I think that's weight down. Many tens of thousands of rounds of my stockpile. Good for you, Mike Beasticks. Good for you. Nerd Pearl. I know nothing at all. Israeli fish tacos, man. She's a pretty girl. Done. Alrighty. I hate it when that happens. Start sending messages and realize it's the wrong account. Yeah. I keep trying to help Gal out. Gotta let her know. It's the fun essay. Quick, someone get Fireball in here so we can hear his thoughts on the issue with Gal Gadot and Brie Larson. Listen, young Brie Larson was hot. I'm not gonna lie. And I've smashed worse. And she has some big old. She has her. I can talk as much shit about her butt and lack thereof, but she got some chesticles. I ain't gonna lie. She got some fucking chesticles. But just no ass. And girl, you know what it is? When girls have a stink facial expression, it's an unattractive look. As I gotten older, like I said, I've smashed some. I've made some mistakes in my life, and I'm not proud of it. But like, as you get older, you just realize, okay, certain things you look for, and when you see them, you're like, ugh. Like we were talking about, what's the poor girl, Demi Lovato's eyes, or Demi Potato, whatever. Those eyes, you see those eyes, it doesn't matter. Everything else stops. You're like, oh, nope. There's certain things that now I'm quicker. When I was younger, it took way too much to turn me off. Now it's a lot. Okay, no, as soon as I see anything. You said Brie is an A, B cup? Don't tell me that. Maybe she had the best push-up bra on earth. She has to have something. Because that makes her just basic. That gal is amazing. Fruit Loops are good. Yeah, Fruit Loops are good. Sample loops are good. Drum loops are good. And the weight down, we're neighbors, Tennessee and NC. So I know Go Macau's in Tennessee. The weight down, you're in NC too? Because I'm in North Carolina. I agree. These comments are just such an easy target. Yeah, I give you probably so much to make videos from way down. Yeah, this cannot be a 6-hour stream. Geez, it's probably gone long enough. Oh, and I agree with those comments. I said it. The RBF and Dead Eye. Yeah, Dead Eyes, man. When you see that 1,000-cock stare, it's scary. It's scary. A B cup. Oh no, 32B. Thought that was C. I was lied to. Demi does 2Bs. Yeah, there's a few people in this part of the country. Good knee pads. Chris asked me the crazy say I never smashed someone, but I do like to watch. Oh, that's sad. Everyone should smash someone at least once. So wrong. About 30 minutes outside Greensboro. Okay. I'm in the Charlotte area, as the fucking thing has docked me a million times. But I might be moving to a different part of the state if my job situation straightens out. That's been exciting and stressful at the same time, because my current job is very, very stressful. I thought I would just have a heart attack at that job, and I'm not even joking. Just have a stroke one day and that'd just be it. But looks like I may have a way out of it. Yeah. Neighbor, yeah, we're all neighbors. And she doesn't look like a bee in her news. I have not seen Demi's news. I haven't really looked at the news game in a while. Good push-up bra and wishful thinking. Man, I was saying that after watching like the Wake Downs stream, like not stream, his video at the end of our stream, like the Culture Crime Fighters thing. And you get to the point, and it's like She looks like she has Tiggo bitties. But it's a picture, bro. I was lied to. She has support in her shirts. Speak them truth. Good luck. Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all, man. You guys have you monetized me. You monetized me because of your support. I appreciate you guys always being pretty supportive of me. And I appreciate you guys. You know, now we got up to 10 of you guys in the chat. Didn't think we would get that much. So Demi did have these. They are bees, huge bees. We'll see. I don't know. The theory that Bree wears a fem suit. We're getting into the deep web. You talking about ain't no woman is a man, baby? Oh, that makes things worse. That makes things worse. Who knows? Who knows? I'm just on this. I was given this world. I didn't make it. It's crazy as fuck out here. Crazy as fuck. And like I said, I just seen a message that threw me for a loop. Jeez, I probably should ask questions. Cause here's the thing. I don't know much more than y'all on a lot of shit. But I'm now starting to see things like affect things. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck is going on? And I need to ask questions because I'm so lost on what's happening. And the more I sit and think, and I love this community. I love especially this community that seems to be building up just around a lot of stuff I've been doing. But like I have to not distance myself, but just make sure I'm not dependent on it. Because there's a lot of shakeup happening. And it's just, man, when money, I don't know. I wish I knew what the fuck was happening. I really do. I really do. So you'll make it before you know it. Not sure which thing, but if it's referring to this thing, this YouTube thing, as fun as this is, man, I'm not trying to put myself in a bad position just to do YouTube. And I'm not trying to put myself in a stupid position just to do YouTube. And I don't want to be looking stupid at any point in time. And there's a lot of things that don't even affect me, but it just says, okay, I'm not going to move. I got to move in a more tight circle type of way. And I don't see myself doing a bunch of I'm doing things with Matt. I want to do things with my man 24/7 Fusion. I don't see myself like really partnering with a lot of people because it's a lot of bullshit. It's a lot of bullshit. You might be right, Fina Essay. Don't ask questions you don't want the answers to. You might be right. Oh, Bree has always had small ones. She doesn't wear the push-ups much except on camera. I see. And Chris has been crazy on my weight. And speedball and pure caffeine. We are in a size simulation that's inside of a simulation. Or we're inside of a simulation. It's inside of a simulation. Inside of a simulation. I don't know about that. Chris size with the craze. Maybe. Don't forget about you. I won't forget about you. Don't forget about me. So I laughed so hard, Coke came out my nose. Nose candy. No, just joking. And by Coke, I'm mean. I think is what you're trying to say. Coca-Cola. I hope it's Coca-Cola. So yeah, I'm literally just I'm gonna have to end the stream here. Like I said, I keep getting thrown from a loop from shit, and I'm gonna have to ask questions I don't want the answers to. Because I do not want to be left in the dark or exposed into some shit, man. Drink less Coke, do less Coke. I think that's lessons we can all live by. Oh, great! Now I'm in the Breakfast Club. Yeah, the soda. I was imagining white dust. Yeah. Hell, just another red shirt. Not just another red shirt. He's the red shirt. I appreciate you being here. But yeah, I'm actually about to probably head out. You think I'm a good speaker? I think I slur my words and I ramble. And I sound like I'm fat as fuck, which I am fat as fuck. I gotta lose weight. You know what? Before I end, I like wrapping up on stuff. Let me see if I can find a positive story. to end on something positive, because like I said, I saw something. It's pretty depressing. I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but there's a chance. There's a chance that how about this? There's a chance that one of the shows that I do regularly won't even be happening for a while, and it's bullshit is the reason. So I gotta stop being so hands off about it. Like, oh, somebody said I know nothing. I've been approaching things with that I know nothing, and hear no evil, see no evil type shit. So I don't have to pay attention to what's going on. But it's like, okay, well, this is something I do, and now it's gonna happen. Now we have it not happening. Let's see. Oh wow, this is a cool story. Now this is a story that will never be reported by mainstream media in this day and age, because you can't say anything positive about anything resembling law enforcement agency. This is not even a legit law enforcement agency, but it's a agency of, what's it called? The Louisiana. Let me add this to the stream. The Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries. This happened Monday, and they rescued 110 people in Lake Charles. So I'm not in Louisiana. I didn't even realize. I'm so out of it. I didn't even realize they had floods down there. I mean, I know obviously they had floods in Louisiana, but I didn't know they were dealing with that now. But including 7 people with limitations, physical limitations in Southeast Lake Charles. Children and adults with 15 dogs and cats were brought to high ground where family members were waiting, or they were shuttled to a nearby shelter, according to the LDWF. In the rescues involving 11 agents with vessels were conducted between 2 and 11 p.m. on May 17th, as long periods of heavy rain resulted in the flooding in Lake Charles. The LDWF is the lead search and rescue agency in the state under the governor's office. Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness and Emergency Support Function Framework. So you can just see how much water it is. They had boats that were able to protect people. And I just want to end it on something positive. You know what I mean? These people got their lives saved by this agency. It's not even a law enforcement agency, but you just will never see that on mainstream media. Just because it, they'll probably say white save. These are just humans saving humans, man. This is just, hey, people in need, and every now and again the state can do something right. How about that? They save the animals, they save people. Yeah, go LDWF. Wait down. Says the LDWF is probably the most respected agency in Louisiana. No one wants to lose their fishing license. I see. Oh, Best Moody streaming on Odyssey, and I can't watch the stream there without buffering 50% of the time. Oh man, it's good that he's able to stream on Odyssey, because I'm glad it's up there. It sucks that they're not up to par. And it technically is a law enforcement agency, but it's not like not in this. I mean, they're enforcing fishing laws, but they're more of an administrative agency, so to speak. You know what I mean? And yes, say the animals and the wash hands emoji. At least that's what it shows on StreamYard. Not sure what it says on. Let me actually check the chat. I'm bad about checking the actual YouTube chat. Sorry, and I think I'm. Am I doing? Yeah, I knew I was doing that. Didn't mean to do that. I need more screens because I had part of the chat. Just boomered a little bit. Oh, yeah, it just shows the little emoji. Game wardens are law enforcement agents. They can even give you tickets for driving. Yeah, they are, but they are in a very technical sense. But I don't consider them law enforcement agencies like in the same vein as like a police organization. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, it could be federal or state level tickets. They obviously can hand out tickets. They obviously are, in a technical sense, a law enforcement agency. But in general, it's not a story that's going to get covered, and it's a cool story. It's a cool story. Crap thought it was clapping. It said wash hands. That's what it says. It looks like kind of looks like clapping. It works. It works. Hey, kids. Hey, Theme Park Casual. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. I haven't tried my phone. Maybe the bit rate, so that may make sense. I see. I don't know if Odyssey works on phones. I haven't tried it. But anyways, it's been real. It's been about an hour and a half. I appreciate everyone showing up. I got to get out of here. I got to get some sleep. So I thank you all for showing up. I've really come to love these casual streams. Like Culture Crime Friday is probably my favorite show. Then I love doing a VigilanteWilliamson show. But these casual streams are really cool. You can just pick up and go, pick up and just talk about whatever. And it's been really fun. And I really appreciate you guys joining me. Obviously, last night was the most popular stream I've ever done as a solo streamer. And I appreciate everyone who went to Twitch when YouTube went down and who came back, shared the stream, joined the stream. And you guys are just so amazing. It really does keep me going. It really does keep me motivated. And it keeps me, doing this. Oh, Chris was crazy. Punched the park ranger. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. That's not good. And Gomer Kyle, I'm sorry. Just another red shirt says in Maine, I've hunted and fished. The game wardens can operate anywhere I see. Okay, so Theme Park Casual, I know you just showed up. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit the like button. Please, if you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged, share, subscribe, please do so. And even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Good night and God bless. I appreciate all of you. I will do the Vigilante Williamson show tomorrow and Five Balls show on Friday, the MF for Cocktail Lounge. And of course, next week, Chrissy Mayer on this channel. It will be on this channel now because she moved back a week on the Culture Crime Fighter. So we have that going. And I have to figure out if there, some other stuff because things are getting real in the TFM, and I need to not be in the dark. So we will see. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.